All right, ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? This is Mitchell B. down here at Laramie County Community College in the basketball gymnasium. Sorry, we were having a few technical difficulties earlier. We kind of get right here, bringing into it, just missed the starting lineups. We were getting ready to jump into the match. The Lady Golden Eagles coming off a 15-5 record with 2 conference wins earlier this week, trying to end the week on a undefeated note, hoping to go 3-0 after tonight's matchup against Western Wyoming Mustangs. Like I said, we are just seconds away here from the start of the first set. Again, coming in, playing Casper College and Eastern Wyoming College earlier this week, getting wins 3-2 and 3-1 in both of those matches. Well, here we go, folks. We are getting ready to start the night off. The referees are talking to the players as the ball comes out. We are going to see Kira Brandt here to lead it off and serve with the starting serve for the Laramie County Golden Eagles. All right, as Brandt is ready to serve. Kira Brandt sending the ball over the net. Returned by Lish, who passes it to DiMaldo, getting it over the net. Kira Brandt setting it up for Maddie Taylor, going for the kill. Hitting off DiMaldo with the Western Wyoming defender and going to the ground. Point and possession going to the Lady Golden Eagles. Starting off the first set with a 1-0 lead. Hope we have a discussion here with one of the linesmen and the referee. Quick break in the action. Like I said, your Lady Golden Eagles entering tonight's play with a 15-5 record, getting a hot start to conference play, seeing if they can start this off and with a big game against Central Wyoming here at Laramie County Community College tomorrow afternoon. As Brandt sets, sending it over with Marshall, passing it up to DiMallo, going for the kill this time with Maddie Taylor and Elizabeth Clark in the way. Unfortunately, not able to knock that one on the right side of the net. Possession and point going to the Mustangs, tying it up 1-1. And all right, as we have Peyton Tripp, a sophomore out of Malat, Idaho, ready to serve first for the Lady Mustangs. As Morrison sets it up, Brandt going for the assist. And Maddie Taylor with the kill right into DiMallo's hands. Unfortunately, she got a bad angle on that, knocking that one out of bounds. Point in possession back to the Lady Golden Eagles as Morrison is set here to serve. Talking with Coach Albers briefly before she gets ready to send the ball over the net. Morrison looking down the court, sends it across the net as Lish passes it to DiMallo, who sends it over the net. Unfortunately, right into the defender's hands, unable to get control of it, sending that back into the wall. Point possession going to the Western Wyoming Mustangs. As DiMallo is here to serve for the Mustangs. DiMallo sends it across the net. Morrison on the defense. Brandt setting it up for Elizabeth Clark, going for the kill right into the hands of Marshall and Roncelli, defending for the Western Wyoming Mustangs, knocking it back on the Golden Eagle side, keeping the point and the possession with the Western Wyoming Mustangs. DiMallo here ready to serve again, sending it over the court. Passarelli with the defense. Brandt setting up for Lindman, going for the cross-court kill. Stopped by Lish, passing it back over to Marshall, who's going for the kill, getting it in the far right corner, just in bounds for another point for the Mustangs with a 4-2 lead here to start the match. DiMallo getting the ball. DiMallo's getting ready to serve again here in the first set. DiMallo looking across the court, serving it, sending it over the net. Unfortunately, not making it over this time, right into the middle of the net and back on the Mustang side. With the point going to the Golden Eagles and now with the possession going to Elizabeth Clark, ready to serve for the Mustangs. As we have our first substitution of the game as Ridgeway comes in for Passarelli. Lish on the defense going in that time. Getting it across the court was Smith right to the outstretched hands of Kira Brandt, unfortunately unable to gain full control of it and sending it out of bounds. The point going to the Mustangs along with the possession. Now as we see Taylor Winston enter the game for the Mustangs. We also see Passarelli coming back in for Elizabeth Clark this time. Preston Lindeman on the defense. Brandt setting it up for Ridgeway, going for the kill. Stopped by Marshall. Marshall passing it to Tripp. Back to Marshall for the kill, but right into the outstretched hands of the defenders for the Golden Eagles, giving the point in the possession to Laramie County. As we see our substitutions, we see Deidre Swaldo and Sarah Gabriel coming in for Maddie Taylor and Kira Brandt. As Mackenzie DeGiasualo comes in to serve, sending it across the court. Stopped by DeMalo, setting up for Tripp, going to Marshall. Marshall with the kill, getting it just to the right of Morrison. Not sure, kind of playing a little deception, not giving away her position too quick, leaving DeSaldo confused on which way the kill was going to go. Unfortunately, that time, getting in the far left corner, point possession going to the Western Wyoming Mustangs. As we have Ellie Warnack in here to serve for the Western Wyoming Mustangs. Passarelli on the defense. DeGiasualo setting it up for Ridgeway, just tapping it over the net this time as Winston returns it over. Getting it just over the net that time was Kylie Risky. Unfortunately, just a little bit too soft coming over the net, with the Laramie County defenders unable to get a good grip on it. The point in possession staying with the Mustangs this time. We have a 7-4 lead as Warnick ready to set off. That's going to be as Coach Albers decides to take his first timeout of the evening here for the Laramie County Golden Eagles. Again, trailing the Western Wyoming Community College Mustangs 7-4 at this time. So right now here with the first timeout, just kind of discussing some early things in the match. It's been a back and forth, very competitive match. I don't know if I would say it's been a slow start for the Lady Golden Eagles, but more of a hot start and really a good showing from Marshall for the Lady Mustangs of Western Wyoming. You know, she's been passing it, she's been getting the ball passed, she's really elevated up and come down with a very hard strike on the ball, and just on most of the shots out of the outstretched hands of the Lady Golden Eagle defenders. So, all right, folks, here on this timeout, we're just going to mention some of the sponsors for your Laramie County Athletics. We have Bobcat of the Rockies, Union Wireless, Remax Capital Properties, A&B Bank, Climate Control Heating Air Conditioning, Simpson Electric Contractors, Security First Bank, Acme Construction, and Wyoming Bank and Trust. Again, those are just a few of the sponsors for today's match and all in sponsoring all of your Laramie County athletics. All right, as we come back here into the match, out of the timeout, we have Warnick getting ready to serve for the Lady Mustangs. Warnick sending the ball across. Passarelli on the defense. DeGiasualo setting up for Ridgeway, going for the kill right in the heart of that Mustang defense. In for the score. Point possession going to the Lady Golden Eagles. What a great setup and a great kill for Kylie Ridgeway. She gets the possession back as we see Preston Linneman, one of the leaders here for Lady Golden Eagles, sending it across the court. The defense sending it over. Warnick passing it up for Marshall this time. Marshall going for another kill for the Lady Mustangs, sending this one a little bit too far out of bounds. With the point possession staying with the Lady Golden Eagles, they come now within a point, trailing 6-7 to the Lady Mustangs of Western Wyoming. Lindeman gets ready to serve, setting it across the court. Marshall on the defense this time. Warnick setting it up for Risky this time, but a net violation. The point going to the Lady Golden Eagles as we start over here again. Tied up now, 7-7. Preston Lindeman is getting ready to serve for the Lady Golden Eagles. Looking across the court, setting the ball across the net. Defense, Marshall on the defense. Warnick setting it up back for Marshall, going for the kill. Lindeman on the defense this time. DeGiasualo setting up for Gabriel, getting it over the court with the Mustang defense setting up. DeMalo just trying to get it over. DeGiasualo on the defense. Passarelli now setting it up for Morrison, who just has to get it over the net this time as Warnick sets it up. Marshall going in for the kill. Great defense by Lindeman getting in the way. DeGiasualo on the setup for Morrison to DeMalo. Now Warnick going for Marshall again with the kill. This time just getting it inbounds for the Lady Mustangs. The point possession going to Western Wyoming. That was a great volley that time. Not both defense being played by both teams on that one. Neither one wanting to give up the point, but something had to give It looks like the Mustangs controlled this point with Marshall sending it over. Linneman on the defense. Passarelli setting it up for Morrison, who gets it. DeMalo going just to get it over the court this time. Back to Passarelli on the defense. DJ Swallow setting it up for Ridgeway, going for the kill. And as Warnick leans out to try and hit the ball, it just goes past her outstretched hand just in time for a point and the possession back to the Laramie County Golden Eagles, tied up at 8-8 as we see Tori Passarelli ready to serve, sending the ball over the net with Winston in on the defense. And unfortunately, Warnick hitting it right into the net that time and right back at her, with the point sticking with the Lady Golden Eagles as they take their second lead. Their first lead since their 1-0 lead early and start the ball game. Passarelli on the serve. Marshall with the defense. Warnick setting it up for DeMalo, going in for the kill that time, just out of the outstretched hands of Preston Linneman for the Mustang score. Possession back to the Lady Mustangs. We have a few substitutions. It's 21 Katie Roncelli and number 2 Peyton Lish check back into the game as Lish comes in here to serve for the Mustangs. Lish sending the ball across the court. Passarelli on the defense. DJ Swallow setting it up for Elizabeth Clark that time, right into the hands of Warnick. She was unable to get a good grip on that one, sending it out of bounds. Point possession back to the Lady Golden Eagles. As we have Kira Brandt and Maddie Taylor checking in for Gabriel and DJ Swaldo on this. Here as Brandt comes in to serve here for the Lady Golden Eagles with a 10-9 lead. Brandt on the serve, sending it across the court. Lish with the defense. Warnick setting it up for Roncelli with the kill, going back to this side as Brandt sets up Carly Morrison with a strong kill right into the hands of the defenders, but fortunately able to get it across the net that time and going straight down and getting the point for the Lady Golden Eagles. As we have Kara Brandt here ready to serve again. Brandt looking down the court. Ball in the air, sending it across the court. Now Marshall on the defense. Warnick setting it up for wrist that time. Who goes for the kill, but right into the hands of Elizabeth Clark and Carly Morrison. Another great play defensively for the Lady Eagles this time, keeping the point and the possession on the Golden Eagles side. As Kira Brown now bounces the ball, getting ready to serve for the Lady Eagles, sending it across the net. Marshall on the defense. Warnick just passing it this time to DeMalo, who goes for the kill. Lady Eagles in the way this time. DeMalo going again. Passarelli with a great save. Brandt setting up for Elizabeth Clark, getting it across the net as Lish to Warnick. Warnick sets it up for Risk. Brandt with another diving save now to Passarelli. Linneman just getting it over. Warnick setting it up this time for Roncelli. And Roncelli going for the kill, just hitting it a little bit too far out of bounds. Point possession, the Lady Golden Eagles. Now starting to build on their lead. They now find themselves ahead 13-9, getting 3 points on this last volley, getting 3 points with this last possession. As Brandt sends it over the net this time. Lish on the defense. As Warnick sets it up for Risk, who tries to just get it over, unfortunately hitting it right into the net and right back at her. The point going to the Lady Eagles this time. All right, Coach Albert seems to be impressed with this latest surge here by the Lady Eagles, talking to them, trying to keep the enthusiasm and the focus here to keep on the gas on this latest streak they're on. Brandt setting it over the court. Marshall on the defense. Warnick going to set it up for DeMalo, who just gets it over the net. Really solid play by DeMalo that time, waiting for Elizabeth Clark to get in the net, looking like she was going to hit it hard and then making a soft touch as Clark was coming down to get it just inside the defense, the defenders of the Lady Golden Eagles, to get the point possession going back to the Western Wyoming Community College. Passarelli here on the defense as Maddie Taylor just gets it over here. Getting back over as Smith just hits it back over this time. A little confusion by the Lady Golden Eagle defenders. Not sure who should get that one, falling in for another Mustang point. As we have Peyton Tripp here setting it across the net. Morrison on the defense. Brandt setting it up for Maddie Taylor. Goes for the kill this time. Lish on the save. As Tripp sets it up for DeMalo. Goes for the kill. Defended by Passarelli. Setting up by Brandt. Going for Maddie Taylor in with the kill. right into the stomach of Marshall, who tried to stop it, but that was coming in way too fast for her to get underneath and sending it into the stands. Putting the point in the possession with the Lady Golden Eagles, and now have a 15-11 lead as Carly Morrison gets ready to serve. Morrison sending it across the net here. Marshall on the defense. Lish trying to set it up, going back for Marshall with the deep shot that time on the kill. Just setting that one out of bounds with the point going to the Lady Golden Eagles on this one. Carly Morrison discussing with Coach Albers real quick as she sends the ball over the net. Lish on the defense. Wrist setting it up for Smith, who gets it over just in time. Just a little bit too outside, out of bounds on this one. The point possession staying with the Lady Golden Eagles. As now we see the first time out from the Western Community College Mustangs as they want to talk this over from this latest streak here put on by the Lady Golden Eagles. Now here, since the last time out, we've seen kind of a turning of the tables as the Lady Eagles have really gone on a hot streak. They had a 10-9 lead, and they'll have built that into a 17-11 lead here in the last few minutes of play. As we've seen, we've seen the same routine from the Lady Eagles. They kind of, once they get rolling, they start to get their points in bunches. And usually on each possession, as we've seen these last two, they've gotten 2 and 3 points on each possession. Which we see the success. Early success kind of breeds the momentum for them. They've been playing very well defensively. Really, one of the big things I've seen in the last few minutes is defensively. We've seen both Kira Brandt and Passarelli diving on the floor multiple times. And then the setups have been great. Carly Morrison being really aggressive, getting on several kills. You've also seen Maddie Taylor get very involved. So really, you can see gradually as this match has gone on, the girls are starting to get into their flow. Girls are starting to get their flow. They're starting to get into their routine. And this bodes well usually. So far this season, this has boded well for the Lady Golden Eagles. Let's see if they can keep this going here to end this first set. As Morrison leads off. Oh, hold on. Just doing that one a little early. Getting Morrison a little anxious to get this set rolling here. Again, we stand as the Lady Golden Eagles are on top of the Western Wyoming Community College Mustangs 17-11 here in set number 1. Morrison sending it across the net. Marshall letting that one go that time as Morrison sent it just a little bit out of bounds, giving the possession and point to the Western Wyoming Mustangs. Now we see here DeMalo is set to serve it. DeMalo sending it across the court. Linneman on the defense that time. Kira Brandt setting it up for Maddie Taylor, going for the kill, but right into the hands of Roncelli and Marshall on the defense, sending that one right back at her. The point staying with the Lady Mustangs on this one. DeMalo getting ready to serve for the Western Wyoming Community College. Sending it across the court here. Passarelli on the pass. As Brandt sets it up for Lindemann, going for a kill this time. This time getting it on the side of the Mustangs as Ron Silly tries to send it back right into the top of the net. Point possession, Laramie County Golden Eagles. As we see Kylie Ridgway now enter into the game for Tori Passarelli. Coach Albers talking with the ladies, trying to get them in the right position here as Elizabeth Clark sets it over the net. Marshall here on the defense. Marshall not getting a great handle on that, but sending it out of bounds at the scorer's booth instead of to her teammates. Point possession will take it, though, for the Laramie County Golden Eagles. Elizabeth Clark here staring across the court, ready to serve, sending it across the net. Marshall on the defense this time as Wrist sets it up. Back to Marshall for the kill. Right over the outstretched hands of Carly Morrison. Point possession to the Lady Mustangs. As we see a couple substitutions for the Mustangs as Taylor Winson and Peyton Ulier enter into the game for the Lady Mustangs. As Winson comes in to serve, sending it across the court. Morrison on the defense. Kira Brandt setting up for Kylie Ridgway, going for the kill, just getting inside the left boundary line on the far side. The point possession. What a great kill, just towing the line there, getting it just enough inside to where she was able to keep it in bounds, but none of the Mustang defenders had any chance of making a play on that one. Right now, as we see DJ Swaldo and Gabriel coming back into the game, as DJ Swaldo comes in to serve for the Lady Golden Eagles with a 20-14 lead. Sending it, just hitting the net this time, but getting it over The defense going to Marshall. Passarelli on the defense this time as DJ Swallow sets it up for Vanderwood. Vanderwood also making, Vanderwood coming into the game that time instead of Gabriel. And Lindsay Vanderwood getting her first points of the night there on the nice touch pass just over the outstretched hands of the Mustang defenders. And we see DJ Swallow talking with Coach Albers as she gets ready to serve, setting it across the court. Here's Winston on the defense, setting it up for Ulier to spike it over that time, but unfortunately right into the hands of both Vanderwood and Ridgeway. Great defense that time by the Lady Eagles to keep the point possession on the Laramie County side as DJ Swallow sets back up, ready to serve. Sending it across the court. We have Winston on the defense, wrist setting it up for Marshall. Marshall going in with a monster kill that time. Unfortunately, almost sending it right into the mug of Tori Passarelli. Passarelli having to dive out of the way of that one. She was in a great defensive position, but Marshall came in with a full head of steam behind that kill shot that time and was able to get it in just in front of her. Mustangs now trailing 15-22 are ready to serve. Sending across court, Passarelli on the defense. DJ Swaldo setting it up for Ridgeway. With the outside defenders as Vanderwood gets it back over. That time, great defense on that, great initial defense by the Mustangs that time, just getting the ball over. But Passarelli and the rest of the defenders were able to keep it alive for the Lady Golden Eagles, and Vanderwood just a nice another touch pass here just to get it inbounds and just to cause enough trouble for the Mustang defenders. The point possession Golden Eagles as Linneman sends this one across the net. The setup going to Marshall. Marshall going for the kill. He just swallowed with the save. Linneman on the defense. Morrison just getting it over this time. It's Marshall going in for a kill again. Great defense by Passarelli. Passarelli gets it to Morrison this time. Hitting it right into the hands of Ulier, who passes it, who then knocks it out of bounds for the Lady Mustangs. Point in possession staying with the Lady Golden Eagles. As Linneman is ready to serve here with a 24-15 lead. This could be the set point here for this first set. Linneman sending it across the court. Defense for the Mustangs, setting it up for Marshall, going in for the kill. Marshall going in just a little bit out, just a little bit too far out of bounds. Giving the win 25-15 here in the first set to your Lady Golden Eagles. All right, as we change sides here, just to recap a little bit. Very strong finish to this first set for the Lady Golden Eagles. They kind of got off to a little bit of a rough start, got in a little bit of a hole, but again, after this first time out, Coach Albers calmed them down, talked with the team, and they were able to rebound, and it was all she wrote after that. It seemed the tide had turned, momentum had changed, and like I said, they started getting a couple points in bunches and building off that momentum, and the defense was just spectacular. So giving up 9 points early, and then taking a 10-9 lead, finishing the match on a 15-6 run. And taking the first set here in the match here down at Laramie County Community College. As Lady Golden Eagles also open up, this is their first conference game here at home. This is their conference opener. Again, they are 2-0 so far. They're 2-0 so far in conference play. Starting conference play this week, Monday going to Casper Community College and getting a 3-2 win there. Then Wednesday, going on the road again to Torrington, playing Eastern Wyoming Community College, getting a 3-1 win here. And now we see here Friday opening up with their home opener, their home conference opener against the Western Wyoming Mustangs, the Western Wyoming Community College Mustangs. Taking this first set 25-15. And we are here in a brief break here. I just want to talk about some of these sponsors for today's match and as well all of your Laramie County Community College athletics. And here we have Chick-fil-A, Napa Auto Parts, Papa's and Papa's Architect, Pepsi, First Interstate Bank, McGee, Hearn and Pies LLP, the Jonah Bank of Wyoming, and Cheyenne, Spradley, Bar, Toyota, Mazda, and Hyundai. And finally, we have just a couple more. We have XZ Document Solutions and Addison Construction Company. And again, those are just a few of the sponsors here for today's match and all of your Laramie County Golden Eagle athletics. We're going to take a brief break, and we will be back here for the second set of the home opener for the home conference opener for the Laramie County Golden Eagles. I'm Mitchell Bean here at the Laramie County Basketball Gymnasium. We'll be back here in a sec. All right, folks, we are back here, just getting ready to start the second set of the conference match here between the Laramie County Golden Eagles and the Western Wyoming Community College Mustangs out of Rock Springs, Wyoming. Again, the Lady Golden Eagles taking that first set 25-15, coming on very strong after their first time out called by Coach Albers. They were able to regroup. They were able to regroup and ultimately get the momentum and just start scoring points in bunches and just further bridge the gap until they took that set 25-15. And now we are here starting the second set here as we have Tripp, who is ready to start off the second set for the Mustangs, sending it across the net. Passarelli on the defense. Kira Brandt coming across to set up for Lindman, going for the cross-court kill. Tripp there on the defense. Lish setting it up for Marshall, going for a kill that time just in front of Carly Morrison. Kind of had like a little bit of a curveball action on that when it got across the net and took a straight nosedive right into the court. As the Mustangs scored first here in this second set, Tripp sending it back across the net, Passarelli defense. As Brandt sets it up for Maddie Taylor to go in for the kill. Unfortunately, that time DeMallo and Risky there on the defense, knocking it out of bounds. And back on the Golden Eagle side, taking a 2-0 lead here early in the second set. As Tripp serves, sending it across the net. Morrison on the defense. Kira Brandt setting up for Lindman, going in for the kill that time, right between two Mustang defenders and getting it in play with a great kill opportunity, taking advantage of that time by Preston Lindeman to get the Lady Golden Eagles on the board. As Elizabeth Clark here gets ready to send it across the court. Marshall there on the defense. DeMallo now passing it back to Marshall, just getting it over this time. Just hitting the net and getting it just in bounds for the Lady Mustangs and taking the point that time. Possession going back to Western Wyoming Community College. As DeMallo has the ball, she's ready to serve. Sending it across the net. Morrison on the defense. Brandt setting it up for Lindeman this time, going in as DeMallo saves it, passing it to Tripp as Lish just getting it across the court. Morrison on the defense, going back to Lindeman this time again for the cross-court kill. Just over the outstretched hands of Lish of the Mustang defenders. It just in bounce. What another very similar opportunity to their first point of the match. As Kira Brandt comes in and sets up Lindeman for that nice cross-court spike opportunity. She's been very consistent with that so far this afternoon. And we have our first subs here in the second set as Vanderwood and DJ Swaldo come in for the Golden Eagles. And DJ Swaldo serves it. Ridgway and Vanderwood that time on the defense, sending it right back to the Mustangs, giving the point and tying up the game here in the second set for the Lady Golden Eagles. DJ Swaldo back here to serve again. DJ Swaldo ready, sending it across the net this time. Wow, it looked like we had a little bit of a violation here. Some of the Mustangs were not in the right position prior to the serve, so the point automatically going to the Golden Eagles. They got a freebie on this one. We'll see if they can keep it rolling. As like I said, the consistency here, the main theme has been getting points in bunches in a big hurry. As DJ Swallow sends it across for Lish. Lish going up this time is Matanovic going for the kill. Getting it right past the outstretched hands of Passarelli. The point in possession going to the Lady Mustangs. As we see Taylor Winson enter the game. Taylor Winson and Peyton Ulier enter the game for the Lady Mustangs. Winson looking down the court as she's ready to serve, sending it across the net. Passarelli on the defense. DJ Swaldo setting it up for Lindeman, going with the kill shot again this time, hitting it in the far left corner of the boundary, getting it inbounds with another that's 3 kills in a row so far in this match for Preston Lindeman, who's looking to be on fire here in the early goings here in the second set. As she looks over, briefly discusses with Coach Albers. Getting ready to serve here for the Lady Golden Eagles, sending it across the net. DeMallo on the defense. Winston just passing it to Marshall. Marshall just trying to get it over this time. He just swallowed the defense as Passarelli sets up for Morrison, going for the kill. Got by the Mustang defenders, who sets up for Matanovic again. Matanovic trying to do a little bit of a soft touch, just a little bit of a too soft a touch. I think she may have hit that one with her pinky as that one die is right into the bottom of the net. Point possession to the Lady Golden Eagles. As Lindemann, we see Lindemann here getting ready to serve here again. Lindemann sending it across the court. DeMalo on the defense. Risk setting it, or Tripp setting up that time. What a great save by Passarelli. As Lindemann just gets it over right to DeMalo. DeMalo with a nice spike. It looked to appear she was just getting it over, but it had enough arc. As soon as it hit over the net, it jumped right outside the outstretched hands of Tori Passarelli to give the point possession to the Lady Mustangs of Western Wyoming Community College. As we now see Ellie Warnick enter the game for the Mustangs, ready to serve. Sending it across the net, Passarelli on the defense. DJ Swaldo setting up for Ridgeway with a great touch pass that time. A little bit of a trajected passes. You could tell she was going for some deception in time. Looked like she was just wanting to get over and putting a little bit of an angle on it that time, getting over the outstretched defenders for the Mustangs with a point in possession going to the Golden Eagles as Passarelli sends it across the net. Marshall there playing defense as Warnick just gets it in, and Winston just getting it across the court. Going with the setup that time with a kill shot by Morrison right into DeMalo as the Mustang defenders tried to get a grasp on that when Morrison came in with a hard strike, and unfortunately fortunately for the Mustangs, they couldn't get a control of it. Point possession going to the Lady Golden Eagles. As Passarelli set to serve again, setting it across the net. Winston there on the defense. Warnick setting up for Marshall. Marshall going for the kill. Lindemann on the defense with the setup this time by DJ Swallow, and Vanderwood going for a kill, unfortunately hitting the top of the net and sending it back to the Golden Eagles side. Point in possession going to the Mustangs. Felicia Marshall here, sending it across the court. Morrison on the defense. DJ Swaldo setting up for Ridgeway. Ridgeway going with a kill, or Elizabeth Clark, Clark sending that one right back at Marshall. Marshall unable to get underneath it, knocking it out of bounds. Point possession to the Lady Golden Eagles. And now we see substitutions come in as we see Kira Brandt and Maddie Taylor enter back into the game for Vanderwood and DJ Swaldo. Kira Brandt coming in to serve for the Lady Eagles. Brandt sending this one across the net. Marshall on the defense. Warnick setting it up for Smith this time. Passarelli, great defense this time. Brandt coming in. Morrison going in for the kill that time, but unfortunately right into the hands of the Mustang defenders, knocking it back on the Golden Eagle side. Oh, excuse me. We had a little bit of a violation. There were some hands gone over the net. Point possession sticking with the Lady Golden Eagles, who now have a 10-6 lead here in set number 2. Brandt serving the ball over the net. Warnick on the defense, getting it to DeMalo. DeMalo going in for the kill that time over the outstretched hands of Lindemann, just getting in the back middle part, just in bounds. As we see some substitutions come in now for your Lady Mustangs, as Lish comes in to serve for the Lady Mustangs, who are now trying to keep it close, and Lish sending it over the net. Morris on defense, getting over that time. Morris again. Brandt keeping it alive. Morrison getting over the net. Right to Lish. As Marshall tries to save it, but unfortunately out of the outstretched hands of her teammates. The point possession going to the Lady Golden Eagles. That was a little bit of an unorganized volley on both sides that time. Unfortunately, heads-up play by both Brandt and Morrison to keep the ball in play and put the pressure on the Lady Mustangs, and worked out, getting the point. And now Morrison sending it over across the court. Warnick setting it up for DeMalo this time, going for the kill. Morrison here on the defense as Brandt sets it up for Lindemann, going with another kill this time. As we see Marshall setting up for DeMalo, getting it across the net. Passarelli passing it, going to Maddie Taylor now for the kill. Hitting the Mustang defenders, ricocheting off their hands out of bounds with another point possession going to the Lady Golden Eagles, who now have a 12-7 lead here in the second set of the conference home opener for the Laramie County Community College volleyball. A little bit of just a quick second break in the action. Now we have Carly Morrison here serving as Coach Albers here just briefly discusses the players, some of their position as they get ready to go here. Morrison sending it across the net. DeMalo on the defense. Warnick setting it up for Marshall, who gets it across the net. Brandt there defending. Passarelli sets it up for Preston Linneman. The ball kind of hung in the air a little bit that time and a little bit close to the net. A little confusion, unable to get under it. Point in possession now going back to the Lady Mustangs. Now we have Peyton Tripp here coming in to serve. Tripp sending it across the net. Linneman on the defense as Brandt sets it up for Elizabeth Clarkin with the strong kill that time. Wow, I mean, as soon as that was one of those, if you'd have blinked your eyes, you'd have missed it. As soon as Brandt set that one up, Clark came in and got it at its high point, sending it right down to the Mustang defenders, knocking it out of bounds. Point possession of the Golden Eagles as Clark sends it over the net. Lish there on the defense. Tripp setting it up now for Matanovic, and Matanovic knocking it back into the net that time. She's had a little bit of a problem so far in this set, knocking it into the net. She looks like she's in good position, but just not hitting the ball at the right angle. But the point possession back to the Lady Golden Eagles as Elizabeth Clark here looks across the court as she is ready to serve. Clark sending it across the court. Marshall on the defense. Tripp setting up for DeMala, going for the kill. Right back to Clark that time. Coming in a little bit fast, she had to make a business decision instead of just had to put her hands in front of the ball and wasn't able to get a whole lot of control that time. As the Lady Mustangs score, bring a deficit from 9 to 4, bringing the deficit down to 5 as DeMala sets it back over. Linneman just giving a touch pass, faking out the Mustang defenders and passing a little bit sideways, getting the point possession back to the Lady Golden Eagles. As we see Vanderwood and DJ Swalda checking back in for the Lady Golden Eagles, who now have a 15-9 lead. DJ Swalda gets ready to serve. DJ Swalda sending it across the net this time. Lish on the defense. Tripp setting up for Marshall, who goes in for the kill that time, right in between, ricocheting off the hands of Kylie Ridgway and Lindsay Vanderwood. Coming in with a strong strike. I say the one high point so far for the Lady Mustangs of Western Wyoming has been Felicia Marshall. She has been the one person they've tried to get it to consistently as far as setting someone up, and she has scored a high majority of the points. Well, now here we're back in the action as Vanderwood gets it over to Tripp on the defense. As Winston sets it up for DeMala. DeMala going for the kill that time, knocking it just out of bounds with a point in possession going to the Golden Eagles. We see a little bit of tension brewing up here on the Mustang sideline as the coach for the Lady Mustangs has gotten a little heated this time. As he's had a brief discussion with the ref. We are having a short break in the match here as we try to figure out what the issue is that the Lady Mustang head coach is having. After a brief discussion, they give the point this time, changing the point this time to the Lady Mustangs, keeping the possession on their side as Winston gets set up here to serve, sending it across the net. Passarelli on the defense. DJ Swalda setting it up for Preston Linneman, going in for the kill. Defense by DeMala. Back to the Eagle side as DJ Swalda sets it up again for Linneman. Right into the Mustang defenders this time, knocking it back. On the Golden Eagles side, the point staying with the Mustangs on this one, who now find themselves within 3 points, trailing the Lady Golden Eagles 12-15. As Winston is getting ready to serve, sending it across the net. Linneman on the defense. DJ Swalda setting it up for Vanderwood, going in with the kill that time, getting it just inside the boundary. What a great serve. It coming in hard enough and had enough arc on it where it got across the net and took a nosedive just before it hit the outside line. Point possession going to the Lady Golden Eagles. As Preston Linneman now is ready to serve for the Lady Golden Eagles, sending it across the net, sending it into the net this time, unfortunately. And as quick as this possession was given to the Lady Golden Eagles, it's going right back to the Mustangs, who are now trailing the Golden Eagles 13-16 here in the second set of the opening conference match here at Laramie County Community College. Warnick here to serve for the Lady Mustangs, sending it across the net. Passarelli on the defense. DJ Swaldo setting it up for Morrison this time, who unfortunately hits it right into the defenders as the ball falls right back into her chest. She's unable to regain control of it, and the point goes to, this time again, going to the Lady Mustangs. Timeout now for the Golden Eagles. Coach Albers wanting to discuss the potential run that the Lady Mustangs have gone on here in the last few minutes. If they've bridged the gap here to a two-point deficit, trailing the Lady as the Golden Eagles lead now has been trimmed to 2, 16-14 here in the second set. We're going to take a quick break during this timeout, and we'll be right back here in a minute. This is Mitchell Bean, broadcasting live here at Laramie County Golden Community College between the Laramie County Golden Eagles and the Western Wyoming Mustangs. We'll be right back. All right, we are back into it here as Warnick is ready to serve for the Lady Mustangs of Western Wyoming Community College. Warnick giving the go-ahead, sending it across the net. Passarelli on the defense. DJ Swaldo going to set up for Ridgeway, who just gets it over the net with another beautiful touch pass. She's done that on multiple occasions today, looking like she's going to go in for the hard strike, and then at the last moment, just a flick of the wrist over the outstretched hands of the Mustang defenders. Point possession, the Lady Golden Eagles, as Passarelli is here ready to serve. Passarelli sends it across the net. Warnick on the defense. Winston setting it up for Marshall. Marshall just getting it over the court that time, just in bounds. That one towed the line. That was about as close to the line as you could get, but she was able to keep it in bounds and get the point for the Mustangs with the possession back to Marshall as now she sets up to serve. Trailing 15-17 right now with the Golden Eagles still with a short lead. Marshall sending it across the net. Morrison on the defense. He just swallowed it, sending it to Elizabeth Clark, going in for the kill this time, right at Winston. Winston unable to get in front of it. Point possession back to the Lady Eagles as we have a couple substitution as Maddie Taylor and Kira Brandt both enter back into the game for Vanderwood and DJ Swaldo. Brandt back to serve now as she talks with Coach Albers as they plan out this next possession here. Brandt Brandt getting the ball ready to go. Brandt ready to serve, sending it across the net. Marshall on the defense. Warnick setting it up for DeMalo. DeMalo just getting it over the net. Linneman on the defense. Brandt now setting it up for Morrison, going in for the kill this time. Forcing right into the hands of Smith and Ulier for the Mustangs. Sending it right back to the Golden Eagle side. Point in possession. Sticking with going to the Western Wyoming Community College as Lish enters back into the game for the Mustangs to serve. Lish now getting the go-ahead. Lish sending it across the court. Morrison now on the defense. Brandt's getting ready to set up for Morrison again, going with the kill this time. Right back at Lish. That ball touched three people the entire volley. Morrison with the strong kill on that one, just inside the right boundary. Point possession to the Lady Golden Eagles. As Morrison now gets ready to serve, sending this one across the net. Marshall on the defense as Warnick sets it up for Smith, who just gets it over the net this time. Morrison defending with Brandt setting it up again for Elizabeth Clark on the kill. I tell you, Elizabeth Clark, one of the big things she does not waste any time. As soon as that ball gets to its highest point, she comes in with a full force strike, sending it right back to the Mustang defenders, doing this all day today. Point possession is now Morrison sends it across the net this time. DeMalo on the defense. Warnick setting it up for Ronticello this time as DeMalo gets it back, sending it right at Passarelli. Passarelli staying a little bit too far on this one, not able to bend over and keep that one in play. Point possession going to the Lady Mustangs. We have a couple substitutions for the Lady Mustangs as Peyton Tripp now gets ready to serve. Lady Golden Eagles currently have a 20-17 lead right now here in this middle of the second set. Tripp sending it across the net. Passarelli defending, setting it up. Ooh, this time keeping it alive. Passarelli. Brandt now passing it back. Linneman just getting it over. Marshall keeping it alive for the Mustangs. DeMalo going for the save, but Elizabeth Clark and Maddie Taylor there. Elizabeth Clark just sticking her hand and knocking that ball right back. Unfortunately, this one a little bit out of bounds, just getting out of bounds. The point possession going to the Lady Mustangs. This Tripp here serves, sending it across the net. Passarelli defending. Brandt going to set it up. Taylor just going for the long kill this time. As Tripp, we see a violation this time. There was a lane violation that someone had stepped out, giving the point and possession back to the Lady Golden Eagles. We're now leading 21-18 as Elizabeth Clark gets ready to serve. Clark sending it across the net. Marshall on the defense. Tripp setting it up for Roncelli. Roncelli going and hitting it right into the chest of Elizabeth Clark that time, unable to get under it, giving the point to the Lady Mustangs. Still keeping this one very close, 2 and 3 points. It's been a back and forth battle here in the second set as DeMalo is ready to serve, sending it across the net. Morrison on the defense. Brandt getting it set up for Linneman, who just gets it over as the Mustangs keep it alive from Manitovich, who sends it right to Morrison. Morrison taking that one on the chin, but sending it right back across the court. And as Marshall just drips one right in between the Golden Eagle defenders for a Mustang point, and now bringing them within 1 point here in the second set as DeMalo gets ready to serve, down 21-20 to the Lady Golden Eagles. A tight match here. DeMalo sending it across. Linneman on the defense. Brandt setting it up for Maddie Taylor, going for the kill. Well defended initially, but it ricocheted off and just out the outstretched hands of Lish for the Mustangs. Taylor on the kill that time with the point possession going to the Lady Golden Eagles as we see Lindsay Vanderwood and Mackenzie DiGesualdo coming in for Brandt and Taylor here as DiGesualdo is ready to serve. Currently up 22-20. The Lady Golden Eagles are in a tight one here in the second set. Sending it across, Marshall getting it for the Mustangs. Sending it this time, Passarelli trying to keep it alive with a diving save this time. Unfortunately, sending the ball sideways instead of vertical. The point possession going to the Lady Mustangs. As we see a couple substitution in here, we have Winston, who is in here to serve for the Lady Mustangs, sending this one across the net. Morrison on the defense. DiGesualdo setting it up for Vanderwood. Vanderwood going for the kill this time to DeMalo. That one hitting the ceiling, and now they're just trying to get it over. Passarelli back to Swaldo. Ooh, going with a fake setup this time with a great play by Tripp. Getting it back over. Ridgway and Linneman just taking the pass right as soon as it hit the net, sending it with a touch pass over the outstretched defenders. Oh, just out of bounds, unfortunately, tying it up now. We were 22 all as we enter into another timeout here. Again, 22-22 between the Laramie County Golden Eagles and the Western Wyoming Community College Mustangs. This is Mitchell Bean down here at the Laramie County Community College Gymnasium. We are in a nail-biter here in set number 2 as the Lady Golden Eagles have their conference opener here this Friday, coming off a currently 2-0 so far in conference play. Now here in the timeout, just want to mention on some of the sponsors of today's game. We have Chick-fil-A, XZ Document Solutions, Addison Construction Company, Papa's and Papa's Architects, Pepsi, Cheyenne Spradley Bar, First Interstate Bank, MHP McGee, Hearn and Pies LLP, and Jonah Bank of Wyoming. Again, these are sponsors of today's match, as well as all of sponsors for all of Laramie County Community College athletics. All right, coming out of the timeout, it is still Mustang ball, and with it knotted up 22-22 here in the second set. As we see, it's been one heck of a set. This one back and forth, both neither team really able to get on too much of a run. As the possession changes, we see the other team really kind of come back and keep this one close. As Winston sends it over the net, Morrison there on the defense. DiGesualdo setting up for Ridgway. Ridgway going for the kill this time. Mustangs able to keep it alive, just getting it over the net this time as Euler is able to just give it a little touch pass over the initial defensive front for the Lady Mustangs, for the Golden Eagles, giving the Mustangs the lead with the point on that one. Winston back here to serve again for the Mustangs, sending it across the net. Passarelli defending. DiGesualdo sending it for Linneman, going for the kill this time. DeMalo keeping it alive as Marshall goes. Keep it alive, getting it across the court. DiGesualdo passing it to Passarelli, who sits up for Linneman. A little touch pass over the net. Manitovic. Marshall going for the kill that time, but Vanderwood and Ridgeway creating a wall, impenetrable wall that time. The ball was not getting away this time. As we see the point, strong defense there by the Lady Eagles, giving the point in possession to the Lady Eagles, tied up now at 23 all as Preston Linneman is ready to serve. Linneman sending this one across the net. Marshall defending. Tripp sending it back up to Marshall, going for the kill with the soft one. He just swallowed, keeping it alive. Passarelli setting up for Morrison. Morrison with a soft touch pass this time. DeMalo keeping it alive with a kick as it gets across. Kylie Ridgeway with the soft touch pass. Mustang defenders keeping it from Manitovic. He just swallowed there with the defense. Passarelli sending it up for Vanderwood, going for the kill with a strong volley this time. Neither team able to keep it right, able to get the right angle for the point. Still this time, Ridgeway coming in, keeping it alive. Ridgeway coming in for the kill, trying to keep it alive was DeMalo, but unfortunately ricocheting into the wall. As the Lady Golden Eagles take the lead here now at the second set, 24-23. The Mustangs coach calls a timeout, wanting to talk this one over as we are here in the set point. Here in match number 2, wow, a strong volley. That time probably at least going for 30 seconds to a minute. Neither one of these teams really wanted to give up this last point. As you can see here, both teams are really biting in, trying to grind out this win. This is a very, very important match for both sides. Of course, the Lady Golden Eagles winning the first match, the first set, 25-15. If they can eke through a win on this one, it all bodes well going into the third set with a 2-0 lead, just needing one to win. And now here on the other side, the Western Wyoming Mustangs playing very strong in the second match. Really need this win to get back here in the match today and see if they can start back over here at ground zero and try to build on the momentum. And now we are coming back here out of the timeout as the Lady Golden Eagles have the possession and the lead right now, 24-23 in set number 2 here at Laramie County Community College. As Preston Linneman, one of the big leaders here for the team this season, has the ball and is ready to serve. And in this situation, I don't know who else you could want. I don't know who else you can want more serving to hopefully end the match here on this next serve. Preston sending it across the net. DeMalo on the defense. Tripp sending it for Marshall. Marshall going for the kill that time. Linneman trying to save it. Trying to deflect the hard pass, unfortunately sending it out of bounds as we tie the game, as we find the game now tied up again with the possession now back in the Mustangs side. Tied up here at 24-24, we have Matanovic serving for the Mustangs. Sending that one a little bit far this time, giving the point possession right back to the Lady Golden Eagles. Again, with Tori Passarelli, another sophomore leader, here ready to serve. Hoping to end the match here on this volley. Passarelli sending it across the net. Marshall defending. Tripp trying to get it over this time. Just a little bit of confusion that time. A little bit. Clark sticks her hands up. A little bit of confusion with the Mustang defenders as they take the lead in this one. They take the second set, 26-24, with a 2-0 set lead here in their home opener at their home opener in conference play. Just a spectacular match on this one. A much more closely fought match on both sides. It was a very defensive match. Neither team was able to get on too much of a run. Usually, if they were able to get they were able to get 3 points on one possession. That was a high note. Again, the defense playing a big factor in this one, and unfortunately, the Laramie County Golden Eagles showing not that they are only great with a big lead, but in a close game, they were able to pull together and grind out a win. What a great win, showing how tough they are. And this really has been the tail of the tape for most of the season here for the Laramie County Golden Eagles. And we will take a quick break here before we start here the third set. Again, this is Mitchell Beam broadcasting down here for the Laramie County Golden Eagle Volleyball, the conference home opener at the basketball gymnasium. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here just moments before we start the third set. The third set tonight between the Laramie County Golden Eagles and the Western Wyoming Community College Mustangs. Now, again, this is the first of a doubleheader. Well, not a doubleheader, 2 consecutive home games here. The Lady Golden Eagles will be taking on Central Wyoming tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. here at the Laramie County Community College Basketball Gymnasium. So, we have 2 full days of great action. This one has been a fun-filled evening. It's been a great showing by the Laramie County Golden Eagles and facing a pretty tough opponent here in the Western Wyoming Community College. Although the Golden Eagles have been able to come on top in both sets so far, they have been tested, and the fans, a great turnout from the audience. It has been a fun night here on a Friday night here in the capital city of Wyoming as we get ready to start here the third set. All right, set number 3 is about to begin. And one of the stats, just looking at some of the stats here, which I think really sticks out for the Lady Golden Eagles, is they average 2 kills. They average 12 kills per set and 2 aces. So in aces, you're almost talking, that's almost 2 automatic points per game, which in this last game could have meant the difference between a win and a loss. So that's one thing that is a really interesting fact that I saw so far this season. As we here start the third set, the volley's going on as Morrison sends it right into Lish. The Mustang defender, unfortunately, unable to get in front of it as the first blood has been struck by the Laramie County Golden Eagles here in set number 3. Great kill shot by Carly Morrison. Is Kira Brandt now ready to serve again here for the Lady Golden Eagles? Sending this one across the net. Marshall there on the defense. Tripp ready and sending it up for Roncelli that time. Roncelli going for the kill, getting it in the far right corner, just in bounds, tying this match up here at 1-1 here in the third set for bringing the point in possession to the Mustangs. As now we have Tripp here who is ready to serve it, sending it across the net. Linneman there defending. Kira Brandt setting it up for Elizabeth Clark, going for the kill this time, right in between the hands of Roncelli and DeMalo for the point. Hey, Elizabeth Clark has been her evening. She has been one of the big heroes today, having several kills, playing incredible defense. She has been a very important cog in the Golden Eagle machine here today so far. As Morrison now is ready to serve, sending it across the net. Marshall defending. DeMalo passing it back, just trying to keep it alive, getting it over the net. Is Roncelli, but unfortunately knocking it out of bounds for the Lady Mustangs. Point in possession, staying with the Lady Golden Eagles. Carly Morrison getting ready to serve here. Setting it across the net. Marshall on the defense. Tripp setting it up for Madanovich. Some great defense that time by Taylor and Clark, who tried just to keep it alive, sending it back across the court. Madanovich going again, this time knocking it out of bounds. Point in possession, staying with the Lady Golden Eagles, who now have a 4-1 lead here to start the third set. Morrison sending it across the net. Lish on the defense this time. Tripp setting it up for DeMalo. DeMalo going for a soft touch pass. Passarelli with the defense, setting up for Elizabeth Clark, going for a quick kill. As DeMalo gets it across, Passarelli on the defense. Elizabeth Clark setting up for Linneman, going for another kill. This time just a little bit too far that time, setting it out of bounds. Oh, wait, there may have been a little bit of a confusion this time. The ref saying this one making it inbounds. With the point in possession staying with the Lady Golden Eagles this time, as the Mustangs coach wants to have another discussion with the refs, unsure of the final decision on that one. But the point staying with the Lady Golden Eagles. We are back now, getting ready to serve as Carly Morrison is back. Sending it across the net now. Marshall on the defense. Tripp setting it up for DeMalo. DeMalo going for the kill, but Elizabeth Clark that time with the great defense, getting her hands up, getting both hands and sending that right back at the Mustang offenders with a point possession, staying with the Lady Mustangs this time, who've now opened up a 5-point lead leading 6-1 right now. Morrison sending it across the net. Lish on the defense. Tripp setting up for Medanovic. Morrison defending now, keeping it alive. As Maddie Taylor just gets it across the net. Tripp keeping it alive for Roncelli. Passarelli setting it up now for Linneman, going for the kill this time. Right in between a slew of Mustang defenders to the left side corner, getting a point for the Laramie Mustangs. And now we see the first time out of the third set being called by the Mustangs head coach. Now a strong start. This has been a strong start set. We've seen the Lady Golden Eagles start each set differently, ending up that first one really slow, the second one very competitive. And here in the third set, getting out to a huge lead, taking that momentum that helped them push through the second set and get the win, and carrying that over here to set number 3, trying to finish out with hoping to finish this one with a 3-0 set match win here for their home opener for conference play at the Laramie County Community College. As we come back here from the timeout, just quickly want to mention a couple sponsors for Laramie County Athletics. We have Bobcat of the Rockies, Acme Construction, Remax Capital Properties, A&B Bank, Security First Bank, Simpson Electric Contractors. And again, those are all sponsors of tonight's match and sponsors of all Laramie County Community College athletics. As Morrison sends it across the net this time, Tripp taking up for DeMalo, who just gets it over Clark again. DeMalo reaching across the net that time for the Mustangs and throwing it down, breaking the streak there for the Golden Eagles and getting the point in possession back over to the Mustang side as DeMalo now finds herself getting ready to serve. DeMalo sends it across the net. Passarelli on the defense. Brandt setting up for Lemon, going for the kill this time. Right into the hands of the defenders, but ricocheting out of bounds, getting the point possession back on the Laramie County Golden Eagle side. I see they're playing great defense. One thing they're doing is on top of scoring on a consistent basis, they are playing good defense, have only allowed a point per possession and have not allowed consistent multiple points on the Mustang possessions in this third set. As Passarelli sends it across, Marshall goes over for the kill this time, hitting it right over the head of Brandt. As the ref now signals that was in bounds with a point going to the Lady Mustangs of Western Wyoming Community College. As we see the Mustangs have a couple substitutions, Winston being one of them, checking in now to serve for the Lady Mustangs. As Winston gets ready, she sends it across. A little bit there on the defense as Brandt setting it up. For Maddie Taylor going for the kill that time. DeMalo on the save. Winston keeping it alive. Manitovic just getting it over the net as Taylor sets it up, passing it to Brandt, who sets it to Linneman for another kill this time, right into the Mustang defenders and ricocheting out of bounds. As we see now, the Lady Mustangs have scoring from all angles, and it doesn't matter who the opportunity comes to. They're stepping up here in the third set, trying to finish with this one out, as we see DJ Swaldo and Vanderwood entering in the game now for Taylor and Brandt. DJ Swaldo getting back, ready to serve, sends this one across the net. Marshall defending. Tripp setting up for Marshall again, going for the kill this time, setting that one a little bit too far out of bounds. Point in possession with the Lady Golden Eagles, who now have a 10-3 lead here early in set number 3. DJ Swaldo getting ready to serve again here for the Lady Golden Eagles. Throwing it up in the air, sends it across the net, sends it right in the middle of the net that time. Having a little bit of an uncharacteristic serve, bringing the point in possession back now to the Lady Mustangs. And we see a couple more substitutions as Warnick appears here in the third set now, ready to serve for the Lady Mustangs. Ready to go. Warnick sends it across the net. Morrison on the defense. DJ Swallow sets up for Vanderwood, going for the kill this time. Right in between the Mustang defenders for another Golden Eagle point. I'll tell you this, the Mustangs have had a real tough time creating a wall defensively. They've had their hands up, but on several kill opportunities, the Golden Eagles have been able to push the ball through any holes they had, or make it ricochet to where it doesn't come back on their side. And we see now Linneman sending it across the net. Now Linneman trying to save it this time, reaching out to make a play on that one. Unfortunately, sending it out of bounds with the possession and point going back to the Lady Mustangs. As Marshall looks over to the sideline here, she gets ready to serve for the Western County Community College. Morrison on the defense. DJ Swallows setting up for Ridgeway. Ridgeway going for the kill, hitting it right at Marshall, who tries to make a defensive play, unable to get in front of that one. Point and possession, Lady Golden Eagles. As now we have Kylie Ridgeway heading back now, ready to serve it for the Lady Eagles. Sitting this one across the net. Trip on the defense as DeMala goes in for the kill that time. With Vanderwood unable to get a full control, unable to get her hand fully around that one, then heading out of bounds on the Golden Eagles side. Point in possession, the Lady Mustangs. As you have a couple more substitutions, Lish enters back into the game, ready to serve. Lish sends this one across the net, sending it a little bit too far across the net this time. Spending that, essentially giving an ace to the Golden Eagles, sending that one a little bit far with the point in possession back to Laramie County way. As we see Brant and Taylor both re-enter the game this time. As Brant is ready to serve. Brant sends this one across the net. Marshall on the defense. Warnick setting it up for DeMala, just tries to get it over. Elizabeth Clark taking the softball pitch and throwing it right back into the court. What a great defensive play by Elizabeth Clark to keep the point and the possession on the side of the Lady Golden Eagles, who now have a 14-6 lead here in the middle of the third set. Brant on the serve. Brant sending it to Lish, defending this time. Warnick sending it for Marshall. Marshall going for the kill. Passarelli with a diving save to Brant, who sets it up for Morrison. Now Maddie Taylor just setting up for Brant, who passing it to Morrison that time, going for the kill. This time right into the hands of a strong pair of defenders for the Mustangs, going back to the Golden Eagles side. And a point and a possession change going to the Mustangs this time, who now find themselves down 7-14. Tripp now to serve for the Lady Mustangs, sending it across the net. Linneman on the defense. Brant setting it up for Clark, going in for the kill this time. Keeping alive are the Mustang defenders as DeMala gets it across the court. Brant now sets it up for Elizabeth Clark, going for another quick kill. Unfortunately, airmailing that one a little bit beyond the line. The point staying with the Lady Mustangs on this one. As Tripp now heads back again to serve. Tripp now going across that, touching the net this time. Brant with a miraculous save. As Maddie Taylor goes in for a kill. This one touching the net. While Marshall playing defense, trying to keep it alive, hitting it straight up into the air, hitting it to the lower gym ceiling that's here at the gymnasium. And that one working wonders on that possession for the Lady Golden Eagles. As Morrison goes back now with a 15-8 lead, ready to serve. She sends it across the net. Marshall defending this time, sending it right into the bench. Fortunately, not getting a great handle, sending it right into the Mustang bench and not able to regather themselves. The point going back to the Lady Golden Eagles. Morrison now again serving, sends it across the net. Marshall defending this time. DeMala setting it up for Manitovich, who just gets it over. Brant passing it to Passarelli, setting it up for Linneman, going for the kill this time. Again, right in the middle of the Mustang defenders. Linneman's been able to get that play all night. Between Linneman and Clark, those two have been able to get both their kill and spike attempts between the Mustang defenders on a consistent basis tonight. Well, this run had to end as Carly Morrison sends this serve a little bit too far out of bounds, but in the possession back in the Mustang side. As DeMala gets ready to serve now. DeMala sending it across. Passarelli on the defense. Brant sending it up for Maddie Taylor, going for the kill this time. With Roncelli that time with the strong defense, sending it right back. Sending that one right towards the Golden Eagle bench, keeping the – but out of bounds, unfortunately. Excuse me. the point in possession going to the Lady Golden Eagles. This Passarelli's ready to serve, sending it across the net. Marshall sets up, passing it, getting ready for the kill this time, sending it right into the face of Brandt. Brandt, all she could do at that point was just keep her hands up to protect her face. What an incredible kill shot that time from Felicia Marshall for the Western Wyoming Community College Mustangs, who now have the possession as Winston sends it across the net. Now Morrison on the defense. Brandt setting it up for Maddie Taylor, who just taps it over to the Mustang side as the defenders keep it alive. Again, Marshall going for the kill, but Taylor and Ridgway with a great defense that time, knocking it back right into the breadbasket of the Mustang defenders, taking the point in the possession now as we see DeGesualdo and Vanderwood re-enter into the game for Taylor and Brandt as DeGesualdo is ready to serve with a 19-10 lead here in the third set. DeGesualdo sending it across, defending his Tripp sends it up for Marshall again this time, who goes in for the kill, just nicking the fingertips of the Golden Eagle defender before it heads out of bounds, bringing the possession and points back to the Lady Mustangs. As Warnick enters into the game, ready to serve, sends this one across the net. Linneman on the defense. DeGesualdo passing it to Vanderwood, who goes in, trying to get it in that time. Unfortunately, getting a violation, giving a point again to the Mustangs, who are trying to search for any way to come back in this third set, down already 2-0, seeing if they can salvage something here in set number 3. As DeGesualdo sets it up for Ridgway, trying to send it across court. Morrison keeping it alive, and Passarelli just getting it across the net this time. Defending now, as we see a little bit of a volley going on. Both teams just trying to keep it alive before Vanderwood comes in with the cross-court spike, getting a kill on that one right in between the Mustang defenders. Point of possession now back in the hands of the Lady Golden Eagles with a 20-12 lead. Preston Linneman now has the ball, ready to serve it for Laramie County Community College. Linneman now putting it up in the air, sending it across the net now. DeMalo keeping it alive. As the Lady Mustangs make another violation, killing the play and giving the point automatically to the Lady Golden Eagles. We now have a 4 points away from ending this night here with a 3-0 set victory. We'll see if they can hold on here to this lead as Linneman gets ready to serve, sending this one across the net. Marshall keeps alive, hitting the ceiling again, chasing after it. Unfortunately, getting too many hits that time, giving the point now again to the Laramie County Golden Eagles. We have a substitution now here late in the third set, as Whitney Cayley, the Cheyenne native, enters in for the Lady Golden Eagles, ready to serve. Cayley sending it across the court as Warnick sets it up for Marshall this time, as we see Marshall going for a kill, just sending it a little bit too far out of bounds again, giving the point back to the Lady Golden Eagles with a 23-12 lead here nearing the end of set number 3. As Whitney Cayley's ready to serve again, she sends it across the net this time. Winston unable to find any control of that one, giving Whitney Cayley an ace, getting her first ace of the evening now. Brings us now to the match point, 24-12. We are down here to the end of it. We will see if Whitney Cayley can end the night here on this next serve. Cayley gets ready, sends this one across the net, sends this one a little bit too far across the net. We have to let the beat build a little bit longer, folks, as the Mustangs were able to gain the point and the possession on that one. And now we see a couple more substitutions for the Lady Golden Eagles, as Lauren Vanderway comes in to replace her sister Lindsay Vanderwood. And on top of that, we also see Michaela Crywall entering, making her first appearance into the match tonight. This pass really keeps alive. DeGesualdo sets it up for Crywall. Crywall going for the kill. Vanderwood trying to keep it alive. A little bit of passing back. DeMalo going for a kill now. DeGesualdo reaching a hand out just to try and keep the ball alive, unfortunately knocking that one out of bounds as the Mustangs score a point to bring it 15-24, trying to stay alive here in this in set number 3. As Kaylee passes it, Passarelli just pushing it over. The defense this time wants to just keep it alive. With the violation this time, ladies not staying in their lanes. This one ending on a violation. Wow, the Lady Golden Eagles ending their first match in conference play with a 3-0 victory, winning sets 25-15, 26-24, and 25-14 to win the home opener and improve to 3-0 in conference play and 16-5 on the season. Like I said, as we just finished, just kind of want to recap a little bit of tonight's action. Very good start overall between the Lady Golden Eagles. Like I said, the toughest part was maybe a slow start very early in set number 1, where they'd briefly gone behind and then again retaking the lead 10-9 in the first set, and that's when it seemed to turn over. It seemed the Lady Eagles had caught their stride. They had found their flow. They'd been working together, and then they start running away with that match. Then match number 2 was a nail biter, by far the best set of the evening, as both teams were very defensive, both teams not willing to give an inch. There was very hard to maintain a streak, and this one ended up having to go a little bit past time with a 26-24 win. Then here in the third set, you can see the Lady Golden Eagles maintaining that stride, winning this one very comfortably with a 25-14 win. Again, I say they win their first home opener here in conference play and improve to 16-5 on the season. But folks, just be aware, we will be back here tomorrow afternoon. Saturday, we'll be here back tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock in the afternoon as the Lady Golden Eagles get ready for their second game here this weekend, taking on Central Wyoming here at the basketball gymnasium at Laramie County Community College. I'm going to take a short break here before we wrap up. Again, this is Mitchell Bean broadcasting live down here at Laramie County Community College between ending up this conference match between the Laramie County Golden Eagles and the Western Wyoming Community College Mustangs. We'll be back. All right, guys, as we are getting ready to put the nail in the coffin on tonight's match, I just want to run by some of your sponsors here for Laramie County Athletics. Again, we have Jonah Bank of Wyoming, Cheyenne Spradley Bar, First Interstate Bank, McGee, Hearns and Pies LLP, Pepsi, Chick-fil-A, Napa Auto Parts, Bobcat of the Rockies, Acme Construction, Union Wireless, Remax Capital Properties, A&B Bank, Security First Bank, and Climate Control Heating and Air Conditioning. And again, not only are these sponsors of tonight's match, but sponsors of all Laramie County Community College athletics. Again, just to end the night here, just to wrap it up, the Laramie County Golden Eagles go on with a strong win tonight, taking a 3-0 set match against the Western Wyoming Community College Mustangs. Again, winning the first set 25-15. Second set 26-24, and the final set 25-14. And again, folks, just remember we'll be back again tomorrow for some more Lady Golden Eagle action as they are set to take on Central Wyoming at the Laramie County Community College Basketball Gymnasium at 3 p.m. I'm Mitchell Bean. This has been another fun live broadcast here at Laramie County Community College, and we will see you folks tomorrow. You guys have a good evening.